and welcome to another video lecture for Mr. Mosier's 8th grade American history class. Today's video lecture we're going to be focusing on understanding the Constitution, focusing primarily on the first part known as the Preamble. The textbook readings for today are found in Chapter 6, Section 1, Understanding the Constitution, pages 182 to 186. We have two really guiding questions today. What is the Preamble, and what does the different parts of the Preamble mean? When the Founding Fathers finished up writing the U.S. Constitution, they decided to add on the Constitution a beginning introduction, and that beginning introduction has become known as the Preamble. Pre means before. So the Preamble is the part that comes before the actual parts of the Constitution. This is the Preamble. We the people. You might have heard that phrase before. That's probably one of the most often quoted lines in American history. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. This preamble becomes the principles of what the Constitution is supposed to be all about. It's almost as if the Founding Fathers wanted to include a sales pitch for the American people when the Constitution went out to the public for ratification. This is what we're hoping happens if we adopt this new Constitution. And it's still as relevant today as it was back in 1787 when the Constitution was written. So let's break up these different parts and talk about what each of these mean. We the people. Well, they could have said we us old guys, but they didn't. They said we the people because the idea is that the authority of our government comes from the people. We are a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, as this guy up here, Abraham Lincoln, will say in the Gettysburg Address. We are the country. We can't have a U.S. without us. So we are very important to the process, and they wanted to make sure that this was stated clearly in the preamble. A more perfect union. There are advantages of the states working together. Under the old Articles of Confederation, our first plan of government, the states weren't working well. They were fighting, they were bickering, they were causing all kinds of grief with each other. And so the Founding Fathers wanted a country where the states were working together. We are a country of laws, establishing justice. We want to make sure that these laws are fair and apply fairly to everybody across the country. Domestic tranquility, this idea that we want a country where the citizens are at peace with the government and they're not trying to kill each other. This is in reference to Daniel Shays' rebellion, where we had these revolutionary fighting going on, even though the Revolutionary War had ended. The government was hurting the people, and the people were trying to hurt the government. That can't happen in a society. We can't live in a society where people are living in fear of being hurt. So we hope this new Constitution promotes domestic tranquility, peace. We want people to be calm and peaceful. Common defense. We want to protect the citizens from invading enemies. That's an advantage of having a strong government, is that we have us working together to provide a common defense to protect us from outside enemies. And then general welfare, this idea that we want to support people to help them prosper. We want people to live their natural rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And the Constitution, we hope, tries to promote the general welfare, create a society where people can prosper and pursue their hopes and pursue their dreams. And the last line, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, was a way for the Founding Fathers to say, you know, we didn't just write this Constitution for us, we wrote it for you, future Americans. We hope this Constitution will last, and it has lasted for well over 200 years in our country. So that is the preamble to the Constitution, the first part to our Constitution that lays the framework of our national or federal government. And these principles of the preamble are as true today as they were back 200 plus years ago when the Founding Fathers wrote the U.S. Constitution. Thank you for listening, and as always, if you have questions, please make sure you come talk to your teacher.